The Lost Forest, again by Phyllis Root and illustrated by Betsy Bowen, they make a great team, is a little niche of Minnesota history. And this exists. I visited the Lost Forest up by Bemidji last September. You can Google it and find out how to get there. It's off the main road, and you have to have some patience. You go on gravel roads, but as I told my husband, we weren't the only people there the day that beautiful fall afternoon. It's a story of how in 1888, the logging companies were very interested in the northern Minnesota red and white pine trees. So a group of surveyors in 1888 were commissioned to go to northern Minnesota, and with the grid of a surveyor's map, they were to map out stands of trees that would be good that the companies would come in and log. Well, it was getting, a lot of this is supposition, but it was getting late in November, and maybe their supplies were running out. When they got to this particular section of land, which turned out to be 114 acres, they simply said it was boggy, full of water, and not many trees. Well, it became a lost forest of old growth trees. The air was not discovered until 1958 by some DNR people. By that time, it was part of the Chipewa National Forest and could not be touched. So what we have here in the Lost Forest is a stand of old growth pine trees. And my husband and I found some that when we put our arms out, we could not touch our fingers. They were, both of us, we could not touch our fingers reaching around the trunks of these big, tall trees. You get an appreciation for how tall they are because when you have to take a picture, the tops disappear into the clouds. It's really a quiet, reverent place to go, and how fortunate we are that the surveyors allowed, I'm looking for the surveyors here. The surveyors made this mistake because you have 114 acres that support old growth trees. At the end of this book is some more information about the Lost Forest. See how that tree disappears into the clouds because it's so tall? Anyway, in the back here, there are lots of pages that describe what is an old growth forest. Who found the Lost 40? Where to see the old growth forest in Minnesota. And there's a little bit of a map here. It's very close to Itasca State Park. Then, what lives in an old growth forest? Measuring the land, the way the surveyors went about measuring the land, and how to talk like a surveyor. Really, an interesting little fact of Minnesota history.